I know Bratton very well. It's a lovely village. But Bratton, the sort of red carpet of movie premieres. But not for our next guest, Jonnie Hurn. You see, Jonnie was brought up in the West Wiltshire village, but he's just seen his latest movie, Do Elephants Pray, be released. And for him, it's not just one role. No, he not only wrote the screenplay, but also stars in the picture as well. And I'm pleased to say he joins us now. Good afternoon, Jonnie Hurn from Bratton. Good afternoon. Thanks for coming in. I feel like we should have had a bit of a red carpet here. You must be somewhat disappointed.
No, not at all, because that's a bit of a myth for independent films. You don't get red carpets for independent films. That's the glamour things you see on the the big studio films. You're getting people
saying, Jonnie, what are you wearing?
No, not at all.
Well, we'll do that for you later.
Well, you can do. When I leave, you can
Okay, well, we'll do that. Fair enough. So how exciting, then, to get it all released? I mean, after how long? I mean, how long does it take to do it?
It's been... Well, I started writing the script 6 years ago, about now. We shot the film in the autumn of 2007, which we thought at the time was very quick, and it was quite a quick turnaround to start shooting that quickly. We then had enormous problems when we'd finished shooting in the post-production period, which should take probably about 6 to 8 months. It took us over 2 years to do, partly because we just ran out of money. We funded the film entirely ourselves, with family and friends, some people giving us £100 or £200, and we raised just about enough money to make the film. And then ran out because we had problems when we were filming, and we spent all our post-production money, and so we had to just beg, borrow and steal and plead with people to let us use equipment to actually finish it.
Because I think for many people they think, oh, we've made the movie, that's it, it's easy after that.
It's not, that's the problem. It's the actual shooting of the film is the easy part, even though it's long hours and it's cold and it's it can be quite tedious, but the post-production is, and we shot on film as well, and we could have taken the easy route and shoot digitally, but we decided we wanted to shoot on film because it has a better quality to it. And it wasn't until January 2010 when the film was actually finished, and then we premiered. You were saying about premieres. I actually missed the premiere, and so did the director. The world premiere was in Los Angeles.
It's your own film, Jonnie.
Neither of us could afford to go. We'd spent so much of our own money investing in this film to make it. I'd ended up selling my apartment in order to sort of cover some of the fundings, because I'd run out of money as well, privately. And the premiere was in Los Angeles at this fantastic film festival, and neither of us could go. And the lead actress went, and she had a great time. She won a prize as well. and at the time, this is the honest truth. My wife's French. I live in France, and I was working in a hotel overnight, mopping floors at exactly the same time when the film was premiering in Los Angeles. So I completely missed it.
Can I just say, I think question number 4 was, how glamorous is filmmaking and in the film business?
It's not.
I think I know the answer now.
Independent film is not glamorous. Yes, big studio productions, when you're a big star, yeah, it's great. If you're Will Smith, you don't only get your own Winnebago trailer, you get your own gym next to it as well. That's at the very top end. For independent films, it's just a long struggle.
But obviously it's something you're struggling because you have a story to tell. So,
yes.
So tell us why you wanted to make this movie. What's it about?
Well, it's about, actually, it's a true story, essentially. It's about my wife and I, how we met. My wife's French. I met her... No, this is the glamorous bit. I met my wife on a yacht at the Cannes Film Festival in 2004.
Just leave it there. Forget the mopping of floors.
That's the best bit.
That's the best bit. That's
brilliant. It kind of goes downhill from there. Not the fact that I'm with my wife, but the glamour side of it goes down here. I met her on this yacht. She was working there, and fell instantly in love with her. I mean, it was just absolutely love at first sight. And about a year later, she took me to this forest in northern France that she knew, called Brocéliande, and it was a place, it was very special to us, very spiritual place, and she said that this has magical qualities. It's a place that it changes the lives of anybody who goes there. And as we were sort of hiking up through this forest in the middle of the night with a tent and having no idea where we are, and I'm thinking to myself, nobody knows this person because nobody's really met her. None of my family or friends have met her. Nobody knows where I am because I hadn't told anybody where I was going. I just said I was going away for a few days. And here I am in the middle of a forest, in the middle of the night, with this, shall we say, slightly eccentric but wonderful French person who could do anything to me. And I just thought, this is a really interesting kind of premise for a film. And we talked about things, and and we had this amazing few days there. And so when I came around to start writing the film, that was the script I chose to write. And so that's essentially where the story came from. And luckily, when Paul, the director, read it, he instantly understood it and thought it was wonderful. I told him all the background story, and we actually went back to the same forest 2 years later and filmed it at exactly the same time in the same place, which is a slightly strange experience to do, but a beautiful thing. And of course it changed the life of Paul, the director, as well, when he went to Brocéliande and to the Lake of No Return. So it really has a very magical kind of quality to it, and we tried to kind of capture that in the film.
So, given that this is an incident, a true incident, what does your wife think of the film? And the actress, I'm assuming, who plays her? Was she happy with the choice?
Yeah, Julie, the actress, was brilliant. When she actually received the script, she was on holiday in Ibiza, I think it was, and she loved it so much she broke her holiday and flew from Ibiza to London for half a day to come on audition for the film. And she was the first person in the audition room, and immediately she was just absolutely perfect for the part, and we knew that instantly. Steph, my wife, yeah, she loves it, and I was more nervous about how she would feel about the film than anybody else. I didn't care about how anybody else was. I don't mind the fact that, actually critically we haven't had a lot of amazing reviews, because I think a lot of people just kind of don't get it. It's a very unusual sort of film that, a spiritual drama is not a category that people can associate.
It's not a rom-com, I mean.
Well, it's not, and actually a lot of the film critics seem to think it's supposed to be a rom-com, because it's a boy meets girl in a sort of strange way sort of thing with some crazy characters around it. But it's not. It's never meant to be a rom-com, so they think, well, it's not a rom-com, we don't get it.
So it doesn't fit into a box.
Exactly, and that's been one of the reasons why we've had problems trying to get this film released, and it's taken its time because people just kind of don't get this idea. But yeah, when she sat and watched it, I didn't watch it with her. I just let her watch it, and I was sort of sat nervously waiting. But thankfully she does love it, and she was absolutely the inspiration behind it. The Malika character, the French woman in the film, is based on her. I researched a lot of our conversations. I went through something like 400 or 500 emails between us, just picking out bits of dialogue and things that we'd said to each other. So
it's be weird to sit there and think, that's the conversation I had with him, and now it's part of the film.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's strange for her.
I'd be so worried about what to talk to you.
Well,
in the coming months, because he's probably writing this down.
Oh, she's done next movie. She's done the reverse. She's actually writing novels, and she's taken a lot of things from me and put them in her book. But she hasn't let me read them yet. So I've kind of been begging to read them. She won't let me read them until they're published. So I'm like, okay.
You've got the actor, is it Mark Warren from the Hustle guy off TV involved? Is that a big coup to kind of get a name in it for an independent film?
Absolutely, you need to get a name somewhere, and it's either got to be a named actor or a named director. We were very lucky. Mark knows Paul, the director, very well. Paul gave Mark his break in a film called Boston Kickout in the mid-90s, and they're very close friends. And when I created the character, I thought of Mark. And thankfully we managed to find a block of a week in his schedule between filming one thing in England and then going to Canada to do something else, where he said yes, he would do it for 3 days. We had to kind of reshuffle the schedule all around him completely so we could do it, but he did come and do it, and he's just crazy but great to work with, because he just brings so many ideas, and I deliberately left his character very free and open so he could just put in as much as he wanted. And I think he had a lot of fun with it. Some people say, oh, he's a bit over the top or he's a bit crazy, but that's kind of Mark. He wants to do that. So.
Yeah. So do we get to see it? I mean, will we get to see the movie?
Well, at the moment it's out on a thing called the Showcase Indie, which is Showcase cinemas around the country are showing it on Thursday. Just initially for one night only. It's not actually playing in Wiltshire at the moment.
We need to get that sorted, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm open to anybody who wants to show it in Wiltshire. I mean, any film societies, art centres, places like that, then, please get in touch and we'll do it. It is showing in Reading, and it will be showing at the Westway Cinema in Frome. But they're waiting to get their new projector installed, because it's a digital projection. Even though we shot it on film, it's a digital projection. So they're waiting for their digital projector, and as soon as it is, it should be the first film that they show. And actually, that's my local cinema to Bratton.
Yeah, it's pretty close, isn't it? Yeah,
that's wonderful.
Well, you let us know when it's showing at in Frome, and then we can tell everyone else about it. And what do Bratton make of the fact then they've got this kind of film-making son of the village?
A lot of people in the village have seen it, because my parents have had an advance copy, and but actually they just kind of, well, it's just him. In fact, most of them don't even know me as Johnny. That's my stage name, so they're, oh, well, that's just John, it says Joe and Den's son. They kind of take it it doesn't really mean anything, I suppose, because it's just me. It's just a guy that was in the village, and they've known me since I was, a baby, and so it's it doesn't.
Well, I'll tell you what, next time, the next movie, we'll get the film premiere in Bratton. How about that?
Oh, I'd love to do that.
Red carpet and everything.
I'd love to do
We'll wait and see that. Look, Jonnie, thank you so much for joining us and telling us all about the movie Do Elephants Pray? Jonnie Hurn from Bratton. And we'll let you know as and when you can go and see it in our neck of the woods.
Travel. BBC